Hello, my name's Keith, and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to teach you all about why you don't take shoes inside your home. Why, and I'm walking as I say this right now, why you don't take shoes inside your home. And this pisses a lot of people off, but it should, because this is a shadow work. And you're like, oh, Florida Stone Man, what do you mean I can't bring shoes inside the home? And by the way, pissed off is not an actual, it's not an actual curse word where I am from, but I understand that some people it is. So his wrath was kindled. I can speak in biblical terms and in Hebrew if you want me to talk perfectly, but the thing is, when it comes to why you don't wear shoes in the home, and I'm walking around right now and I just dodged stepping in poop a second ago, it's because sometimes when you're out and about, you don't know you step in poop, but you bring it into your home anyways, and you're walking around with poop in your home. If you do that in the physical world, what do you think you're doing in the spiritual world? What do you think you're doing? Sometimes you walk through people's blood. Sometimes you walk through people's black magic. Sometimes you walk through things you shouldn't be walking through. And I'm walking right now as an example, and I'm like, do you know every single step of what you're taking? Where has it been? If you're someone who walks around often, you should know this. One thing you can do, I'm going to say this from the bat, right off the start of the video, is that have a separate pair of shoes you wear in the home. That's okay. I do that. If you can have like house shoes, and you can have a non-house shoes, or if you feel like going barefoot, go barefoot. If you feel like just running, run, but don't run with your shoes from outside inside, or you're gonna have to run. And I'm gonna tell you why. Some of you actually walk through, and especially if you live in the state of Florida, I'm gonna say a very specific community of people do magic all the time. They practice black magic like no one's business. If you look at them funny, they're gonna put down a powder on the ground. That's just how it works. That's South Florida. That's Miami, especially if you're in Miami and you walk into a restaurant and you don't leave a big enough tip, then sometimes the Cubans will leave something on the ground for you when you walk out. That's just what they do. So that's the number one thing they'll do. Oh, I just said Cubans. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. Because then you'll know exactly which restaurants I'm talking about. But there's also, I'm going to say it right now, it's a lot of people in the Haitian community as well. When I say Haitian community, there's literally Brazilian communities, Haitian communities, etc. There's literally background communities here. Oh, you just said Haitian communities, that's racist. Get a grip on yourself, or God will get a grip on you. But the thing is, and people are overly sensitive. If you're overly sensitive, this video is not for you. So there's a spiritual community, there's different communities. Communities come together, they come together. If you don't like people coming together, too bad, get out. But the thing is, people do stuff all the time, and it's not even like, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm walking on the beach right now, and some of these people will leave their underwear on the ground. So if someone's walking without their shoes through underwear, do you trust that underwear? Do you trust that underwear? Do you trust that underwear? No. So if you do that with the bottom of your shoes, most of you, when you're in your own home, will somehow take off your shoes, and then guess what? You go to bed. If your feet are dirty when you fall asleep, you're in trouble. I'm gonna say that right now, you're in trouble. And people are like, oh, that's... And I've seen people try to defend not taking showers, not cleaning yourself. That's a whole nother video topic, because people like... I remember I taught a video on TikTok and on YouTube about why you need to shower before you fall asleep. And some people... Actually, a lot of people were flat out receptive. Oh, that makes sense. Look in the Bible. God basically said to his people, he said to Israel, wash yourselves and wash your clothes before you approach me, because I am holy, and you will approach me as you are in a higher state than you currently are. You are unclean. Unclean, and that's a whole different topic. Unclean means something completely different. It's basically when God is on earth, there's a certain level of basically cleanliness that humans have to be when they walk up to God. So if you accidentally touch, and let's just say, and some of the laws are very interesting and weird. If, for example, a family member near you dies and they were too close to you when they died, then you're unclean for this amount of days until you wash yourself with hyssop and etc. etc. So there were very specific laws because of the heavenly laws when God was residing with humans like that. So, and you can use some of those rules as a basis. Not all of them, because not all of them apply like that in this day and age. Some of them are kind of outdated when Jesus basically died for our sins, when the Lord sent his own begotten son to die for our sins, because that was payment. Like we actually had to do a lot of sacrifices back then. especially when for very specific things. So there's something in the higher realms, there's something in heaven where it basically states that you have to be clean from the soul. We track so many other people's energies. You might have a clean soul, but you might have walked through someone's energies who might have not been clean. So I'll give you an example. And humans have spiritual weaknesses. So I'm going to tell you right now, one of your spiritual weaknesses might be a pepper. Or let's just say whatever pepper you're allergic to. So, for example, some people might like dragon's breath pepper. That's the world's hottest pepper, but it doesn't bother them. But that person might be bothered by habanero. So, whatever, that you can walk through something that's not even bad and still it be your spiritual weakness to the point where it's like having moldavite in your house. So, my lesson to you is take off your shoes because you don't know what's coming in with you. Plus, some spirits can be tricky. They're tricky and tricksters, but they're not always overly intelligent, but they know how to get into your home. If you ever watch the old movies where a vampire cannot enter your home unless it's invited. That's like, you ever see the Trojan war horses? So when the Trojan war horses, they put themselves inside the horse. Your home is literally the house. Your home is literally the kingdom. So what will happen is these dark entities, these dark spirits, these demons, etc., will literally attach themselves to the bottom of your shoe. And they'll come in with you because you have no idea that they're doing that, and they'll repeat it. That's why you'll see some weeks of just really good luck. And then let's just say you have a guest over, and the guest, whatever, you could have purified them, etc., but they came in with their shoes. And that's why, like, especially if that person doesn't want to take off their shoes and they're entering your home, and he's saying, get out of my, it's my kingdom. But when someone because the house is really it's a body, it's a kingdom, it's a fortress to your home. Of course, we go to the kingdom of God. Well, some of us at the end of our lives, hopefully a good portion of us go there. So the Bible talks about most of the world will actually not end up in heaven, or end up on the wrong side of heaven, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But yes, I'm very expressive today. I'm feeling very happy and very mindful. So that's the thing. You have to know the bottom of your shoes. And I'm walking in places, and I'm look at me. I'm walking in such a safe part, and there's still poop on the ground. There's a poop right here. You don't know if it's human poop or dog poop. And the thing is, when you walk in it, you have to think about it like this. Your dog can get parasites just by you walking through something on the ground, like a hookworm, and people are like, oh, that's not possible. Look it up. Look at science. So you walk through the poop, and you walk through the home. It might be this much, but your dog still stepped on it. They lick their paws, and guess what? Now your dog has parasites. Your home has parasites. You don't know that. Look what happens after it rains and the wiggle wiggles. It's kind of gross, but at least you see the truth. Not seeing something doesn't mean it's not there. Now, people are like, well, the solution is if you like wearing shoes in the home, get 2 pairs of shoes. That's it. There's no more to it. Let me talk about the category of people who try to fight me for saying to take a bath. My response actually got deleted because it was so straightforward. Let's just say that it violated a rule. So that's the first time I ever violated a rule. If you want to know what that comment said, I'm not able to say it on here. I'm like, I'm kidding. I dug into the person, but it was very, it wasn't personal. It was true, but it was too much for guidelines. I said basically the person is unclean on a spiritual and physical level in the nicest of terms. But the person was basically attacking me because I said take a shower. And I basically said to the person in the comment, like, imagine what's on you for you to fight me for telling you to take a shower. I'm not your parent. I'm just teaching you something. If you don't want to take a shower, don't say anything at all. That's fine. But when you fight it, you know there's something in you and on you. Dirt accumulates. I might talk about that a little bit in this video as well. Make sure you guys are showering. Demons can accumulate on your etheric and physical body like dirt when you don't shower. I would shower at least once a day. Not a week, a day. And I'm in Florida, and there have been interviews of people in Florida, especially younger people. They don't shower like that. They don't. They all shower once a week. If you don't believe me, look it up. The information's online. I'm not just saying stuff to say stuff. Now, I'm not just saying stuff to say stuff. If you come from a different country or if that wasn't taught to you, that's okay, but you have to learn eventually. Now, the bottom of your shoes. What if someone says, can I clean it? You can clean the physical, but you can't clean the spiritual like that. You can cleanse it, but and I'm going to tell you a spiritual law of attachment. Now, if you can't let go of something or give up a habit, you now invoke the law of attachment. So let's just say, oh, you really want to wear your shoes into your home. You know for a fact it causes you problems. You clean the bottom of your shoes every time you enter your home, and you spiritually sage it. It means you're not willing to give it up, so the problem will still be there because you're not receiving divine help like that. You can't give something up in order to receive something bigger. It's like people who, for example, and this is a very straightforward example, because a lot of people ask me about thrift store items, which I'll make a whole video about, but thrift store items, it has the law of attachment on it. So when someone gets a thrift store item and they're like, no, I can't let it go. I can't let it go. No. I'll cleanse it and I'll salt it. I'll Florida water it and habanero pepper, whatever, because I thought habanero is a cleansing, and it's very powerful if you use it correctly, but some of these people are just not willing to give something up, so they're attached to an earthly item. Little heads up is when you get to the afterlife and you're overly attached to something as a shirt, you're attached to it. Like that's your heaven. You want to be earthly? Now you're stuck here with your item that you can't even wear. Now, when it comes to shoes, like I said, change a habit if you want to see more good luck. That's it. Now, we'll talk a little more about the thrift store aspect, because people can't give that up, and it represents something. You have to understand everything represents something. You're dealing with 4 categories, and I'm putting together like a rule book on spirituality. Physical world, spiritual world, emotional world, and mental world. So actually I'm going to apply this rule to the actual properties at the bottom of someone's shoe. So the physical world is you're accumulating dirt under the shoe. The spiritual world, you're bringing the spiritual world from outside in. You don't know what it looks like. It's basically invisible to you. The mental world. So this is actually a very interesting one, and I'll switch the names of these because when I write the book, it'll be different in the book. But the mental world. So basically, there's an aspect about yourself and your subconscious mind that will block you when you know there's something from the bottom of your shoes from outside coming in. Oh, this is awesome! Yes, I start jumping because this information makes me happy. Yeah, talk loud and yell and jump and scream. Woohoo! Because I'm excited to teach this. So the mental world. So basically, you'll have less mental peace subconsciously knowing that something that from the bottom, and this is the thing, if you think about it, it kind of disturbs you a little bit for some of you. Something from outside. And imagine, you think stores clean their floors? Ask someone who works there how often they clean their store. Never. Like, I mean, they clean it, but they don't actually clean it. They taking a wet cloth and wiping something's moving stuff around and probably making it worse, spreading it. But you go into it. Just ask yourself, where did I go today? You went to a store, a gym, a mall, on a ceiling, walking on the ceiling. Okay, unless you're some kind of like being who needs an exorcism, but just walking on the ceiling. Hi guys, yeah, I'm just chilling. Don't mind me, but but that's the thing. So you have a lot less mental peace knowing, hey, I walked inside the grocery store and someone bled on the ground, but that was like 10 years ago. Maybe someone died on the ground. I didn't even talk about that. So someone could have died where you just walk and that person's able to attach themselves in the shoes. Look at my angel in the background, just like when my definition of an angel flashing himself, he just flashes like flickers like a beam of light. He's just watching me make the videos, just like just notice him in the background on the phone. He's like, make the video. But well, they don't like being on camera always. Like, they'll just look at, some of them will just look, someone will kind of move out of the frame. Don't mean to point the camera angle on them. Sorry guys, but that's the thing. And the emotional world. So basically, you're accumulating emotional subconscious attachment as well as mental. So emotional and mental kind of go together. So you're feeling the oh my lord, you're picking up not just the dirt on the bottom of your shoes, you're picking up the emotions of other people when you go out and that comes into your home. Maybe someone got into a fight before they left their house, or they were fighting in public. That you walk on the bottom of your shoes, and now that's in the home with you. If you don't know how sensitive your feet chakras are, that's everything. Try walking without feet. Your feet chakras are the most important ones. If you want to bring someone down, let's just say the feet chakras. If, for example, if someone's spiritually attacking you, you just put 1 line of sea salt at your door with some Mexican fire agate mixed in, or Mexican fire agate water. They'll be taken down by the feet. They won't be able to. They won't function from the feet anymore. Let's just say that. And then their world's changed. But Mexican fire gets a return to sender. So anyone who's trying to mess with you deserves it anyway. So my video's up. I've taught enough information here. Get a necklace from floridastoneman.com if you haven't already. You get to see how life-changing they are and how powerful they are. So there's a custom necklace, and I suggest a black tourmaline necklace. The custom necklace has tourmaline in it. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. The custom necklaces are exclusive. You have to DM Florida Stoneman on Instagram for those. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.